right, darlings. How has your night been? Ugh. I was like, you know what? I have everything finished for the night, and then bam, an update just came across my screen on my phone, and I'm like, what? Is this true? Did a judge truly rule that Sean Diddy Combs' accuser can't sue him anonymously? So obviously it piqued my interest, and I'm like, there's been obviously so many. I mean, the list just goes on of new accusers who are suing Sean Combs for alleged misconduct against themselves and such things. And most have actually been filed under the pseudonym Jane Doe or John Doe. But it seems with this latest development, this might no longer be true for those who have filed or are looking to file. Anywho, per ABC News, a judge has ruled that Sean Diddy Combs' accuser can't sue anonymously. A Tennessee woman who claims in a civil lawsuit that Sean Diddy Combs intimately assaulted her when she was 19 years old and a college student in Brooklyn cannot proceed with her case anonymously. This is a ruling by a federal judge Wednesday, finding that the woman's arguments, quote, wholly meritless, and unquote. Per Judge Mary K. Viscasil, she wrote in her ruling, quote, simply put, allegations of intimate assault by themselves are not sufficient to entitle a plaintiff to proceed under a pseudonym, unquote. So it begs to ask the question, what about all the other ones that are already underway, the civil lawsuits underway, which have been filed predating this ruling by Judge Viscasil? The woman in this particular lawsuit alleges that a security guard took her into a private room at a party Combs hosted, and that the guard told her, quote, you know what you're here for, unquote. And in asking to mask her identity, the woman argued she could be harmed if her name were to be published. But the judge was ultimately not convinced. Quote, Combs has had no contact with plaintiff for the approximately 20 years since the alleged R-ing, and Combs is currently detained pending trial. As such, counsel has not identified any present threat of physical harm to plaintiff, unquote. This was included in the decision by the federal judge. The judge also said Combs is entitled to investigate his accuser and her credibility. Quote, the court appreciates that Combs is a public figure, and therefore plaintiff is likely to face public scrutiny if she proceeds in her own name. The court is not oblivious to the potential toll of such scrutiny on any litigant. However, plaintiff's interest in avoiding public scrutiny or even embarrassment does not outweigh the interest of both Combs and the public in the customary and constitutionally embedded presumption of openness in judicial proceedings, unquote. That is per the judge. Now, this ruling again could impact a number of other cases brought by accusers who have sued Combs under a pseudonym. The judge noted other plaintiffs have opted to use their names in their lawsuits, including that of his ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura. It is to be noted that Combs has denied the allegations against him and all allegations against him. In a statement on Monday, his defense attorneys hit back against the new allegations against him, including one that involved the alleged intimate assault of a 10-year-old boy, accusing the plaintiff's lawyer of lacking credibility. Quote, The lawyer behind this lawsuit is interested in media attention rather than the truth, as is obvious from his constant press appearances and 1-800 number, the statement said. Quote, as we've said before, Mr. Combs cannot respond to every new publicity stunt, even in response to claims that are facially ridiculous or demonstrably false. Did they mean factually ridiculous? Oh, well, it's written as facially ridiculous. So, end unquote. The defense attorney said that they and Combs, quote, have full confidence in the facts and the integrity of the judicial process, unquote. Further, quote, in court, the truth will prevail. That Mr. Combs never intimately assaulted or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor, end quote. This is from his attorneys, his defense attorneys. Now, we know that Combs, who was arrested last month on sweeping intimate trafficking charges, has pleaded not guilty in that case. As part of his defense, Combs' attorneys have asked the judge to order federal prosecutors to disclose the identities of his accusers. And it looks like this may be the beginning of that. I don't know. That's a question mark. So we shall see. Anywho, darlings, that is the update for now. And is it a win, a minor win for Combs and his lawyers, or is this just another way to deflect the spotlight off of him? I don't know. But again, with the myriad of updates on the allegations and lawsuits and the looming trial against Diddy, it's just like, whoa. Yeah. I pray for the victims. I pray that, justice is finally theirs. I am hoping that for all other victims of crimes against themselves by anyone, that they also are able to finally get the justice that they deserve. Anywho, darlings, remember you're all kinds of fabulous. Don't you forget. Also, leave grace for others and to always continue in gratitude or journey in gratitude. Oh, you know what? I wanted to add something because I was thinking about my little outro, if you can even call that. Like when I say, you're all kinds of fabulous, because you are. And then to leave grace for others. So the leave grace for others part, I felt like there was some ambiguity with that. So I wanted to add, and hopefully I remember to add this moving forward, to try to leave grace for others. And I know it's difficult, but to also make sure that by leaving grace for others, you are not giving up. Oh, what the heck?